Good afternoon and welcome to the Sports Circus here, WCOBM in fabulous Las Vegas, right off Las Vegas Boulevard. Got to go there. This show today is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, specializing in raising investment capital, helping companies grow from conception to holy crap, now they're big. Now they're going to get acquired. Taking a company from seed to the biggest stages. Bottom line is, if you have a small company, an idea for a company, bring that idea to the American Business Trust Company. You can reach them at 657-600-1876, or you can look them up at abtrustco, abtrustco.com. And they'll help you out with all your business needs. They've been doing it for 25 years. Get in touch with them. They're really good at it. I've used them myself. So, the Sports Circus, this is the Friday edition. The Saturday edition can be found at Fox Sports Radio 1340 tomorrow, and then next week we're switching to NBC Sports at 9:20 a.m. here in the Las Vegas market, The Game, and that will be from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., rather our 6 to 7 a.m. for tomorrow on Fox Sports Radio. So be sure to tune in tomorrow, 1340 a.m., 6 to 7. Let me see if I can say that a few more times. Anyway, watch or listen to the show. This show is fun. The Saturday edition is really fun. We bring student athletes in. We bring special guests, big names, Super Bowl winners, World Series winners, WNBA winners. We have them all. So make sure you tune in. So we're going to start in this week a little bit different subjects. We're going to go with the NBA. We don't typically talk much about the NBA until a little bit later in the season, but there's a lot of things happening in the NBA right now, and frankly, there are the trade deadline is coming up, and it's just about 4 weeks away. So there's going to be a lot of movement. There's some unhappy people, a lot of people grumbling and groveling. Well, I don't know if I want to go about taking this guy, or do we want to put this person on waivers? And LeBron James has been public about it. We need more guys, but the management has said, no, you have plenty. We can win a championship with this team. In fact, the Cleveland Cavaliers blew up a deal to get Carmelo Anthony from the New York Knicks just a couple of days ago. And frankly, I think it was a good idea to stay away from that, but we'll get into that in a minute. So I guess the bigger question is, who needs what? Who is actually going to make a big splash at the trade deadline to try to help their chances for the NBA Finals? Of course, your usual suspects, your Clevelands, your Golden State Warriors. I can't imagine how they can actually enhance their team. I mean, it's ridiculous already. It's almost unfair. And Cleveland and San Antonio, even though Cleveland won the NBA Finals last year, they're still sort of fighting for that top spot because Golden State really still is the team to beat. And they're the odds-on favorite as far as the bookmaker is concerned. That would be me, Sell the Bookmaker. You probably see it right down below here. Now, Cleveland, San Antonio, the LA Clippers, who are still 30 wins against 14 losses, I believe, and the Chicago Bulls that are hovering just about 500. These are all teams right now that are looking to make moves. Now, going back to the Carmelo Anthony situation, where is he really a good fit? We're not really sure about that. The problem with Carmelo's contract is that he has a full no-trade clause. Now, the type of contract that he has is the same exact type of contract that two other guys in the league have. LeBron James has it, and Derrick Rose has the same contract. It was the max contract as a rookie. Then they gave the max from the extension, which makes it impossible to trade, and you can't have two of those contracts on one team. And that would be the reason that Carmelo Anthony would not go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They can't do it. And even if they were to get around it, every team has to contend with the fact that Carmelo is due $24 million this season, and if he gets traded, there's a clause in his contract, even though it's a no-trade clause or no-trade contract, that he'll get a 15% raise and he'll go basically up to $29 million. I don't know who wants a rental player for $29 million. I think that's absurd. No player in the NBA is worth $29 million. Every player should be paid $1 million and make all their money off of endorsements and everything else, because right now the games are not affordable to the average person. The average family, to go to a baseball game alone, in Major League Baseball, it costs about $300. Parking, tickets, food, drink, everything. The NBA is far more expensive now. For a family of four to go to an NBA game, a reasonable seat, parking, tickets, food, drink, $500. I mean, who the hell has $500 to blow on a Tuesday night? The average working person in America can't afford that. I know when we were kids, we went to the baseball games, parking, baseball tickets, food, drink. We were able to get in and out the door for $50. And yes, there was a time difference, but the prices, because of the salaries, have gone up so much, it makes it completely unreasonable. And that's why when the players get paid so much money, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but when the players make so much money, it makes it so the fans can't go to the game and they become disinterested, and then the TV ratings fall down because they're like, well, we can't even go to watch them. Why are we going to watch them on TV? It doesn't even matter. Let's go bowling or do something else. So at the end of the day, these salaries are killing people. They're killing the average person. They're killing the network ratings. And we've seen a lot of that in the NFL. The NFL, that's another one. It takes $500 for a family of 4 to go to an NFL game. And we saw for the first year in a lot of years, the NFL ratings really dropped down. And there were some good stories in the NFL too. But the fact is, it's so unaffordable today. You got guys like Carmelo Anthony coming in at $29 million if he gets traded. Well, how much are the ticket prices going to go up if they have to re-sign him? Or everybody else in the league says, well, geez, he got $29 million. We want $30 million because he's not that good. Now you got a bigger problem on your hands. So you have this spiral. It's getting out of control. And so, unfortunately, guys like him, there's a lot of teams that don't want that contract because they have to eat all the other expenses that come with it, and it's not prudent to take the contract. Besides, the guy's over the hill, and he's done anyway. I don't think he's going to make a big impact anywhere. He hasn't been a winner in the pro game yet. Well, maybe because he's been stuck in New York, but the fact is he's not enhancing what's going on in the NBA. So moving along, who would actually take him? The Celtics may take him. They have to move some pieces around. I think the Clippers can take him. But the problem is the Clippers have that same contract problem with Blake Griffin. So Blake Griffin can't go to the New York Knicks, and the Clippers can't have Carmelo's contract and Griffin's under the same structure. They'd have to restructure everything. I don't really know if that designated rookie max extension on roster scenario would apply, but it would occur to me that it would. So the Clippers are out, in my opinion, on that trade. And so I guess that would leave maybe the Chicago Bulls, possibly the Bulls, because Anthony does stay relatively healthy. And let's face it, Rajon Rondo right now is not doing crap for the Bulls. That guy stinks. He's a good leader, but as a player, he's averaging 6.6. He's down almost half of what he's been doing before. He doesn't belong on this team. They're going to send him out to pasture. Hopefully they'll send him off to New York. Like the Bulls got rid of Derrick Rose because he was damaged goods. They sent him to New York. Actually, that's a really good fit. I'd like to see Rondo go to New York, for Anthony to Chicago, because there's a complementary piece of the puzzle for Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler. You've got 3 guys that really could play together, in my opinion. And actually, Anthony would have some real help and some star power that knows how to produce and has won at least no less than 3 rings in Dwayne Wade. So it would seem plausible that the Bulls could deal him, because let's face it, Rajon Rondo is having a problem with the Bulls management, the team, veterans. They get along with him. They go to bat for him. The problem is you can only go to bat for somebody so much if they're performing. Yes, he does help the younger players, but this is a team that's not trying to rebuild. They're trying to win now. That's why they brought Dwayne Wade into the show now. They got rid of Derrick Rose because they knew he couldn't stay healthy, and Jimmy Butler, basically it's Jimmy Butler's team, and Dwayne Wade came there because it's Jimmy Butler's team. And he talked him into it. Now Dwayne Wade is saying, well, geez, I don't even know if I want to be here next year because there's so much chaos going on. And I think if they get rid of Rondo, then I think Wade sticks out for maybe another year, 2, possibly 3 years, because that would mean that they'll build around Butler, and bringing in Anthony would be a nice short term. But I think maybe getting a big free agent in the offseason might make the Bulls a more viable candidate or contender in the Eastern Conference, because outside of Cleveland, there really isn't anybody that's going to challenge the Western Conference. All the powers in the Western Conference right now, and if you look up and down from 1 to 8 in the playoff race versus 1 to 8 in the playoff race in the East, it's not even fair. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. So what I would have to say is Jimmy Butler's team, they're going to make a couple of moves, and I think you're going to see some nice trades happen in the NBA. We'll pick that up on the other side just a minute.